Hello everyone! Greetings from Kharkov, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. Today I want to discuss with you a very interesting topic. I would like to speak about the main issues of the matchmaking process. I'm a professional matchmaker and dating coach for almost 10 years already, and this is my career, this is what I do professionally. This is not just a fancy hobby that I have decided to choose. And as you know, to do something professionally and to really become a professional, you have to work on your skills. Not only you have to be passionate about what you are doing, you have to be skilled and you have to improve daily your skills, which means you have to read literature, you have to attend training, seminars, and in matchmaking it means that you have to learn from the experience of your colleagues, from your clients, and you have to be really observant about people. But sometimes, even if the matchmaker is the most professional, like really well skilled, and his skills are as sharp as teeth of a tiger, if he is super passionate and super experienced, sometimes even in these cases, if the client has decided to sabotage the matchmaking process, there is nothing your matchmaker can do. You can ask me why the client has decided to sabotage the matchmaking process if he has chosen the matchmaker, if he has paid the matchmaker, if he has invested time and money into the process. Is he nuts? Is he crazy? Well, I can name you 3 main problems created by male clients to sabotage the matchmaking process. The first problem, and this is a nightmare of all matchmakers, we call it "I don't feel attracted to her photos" or "I don't feel chemistry." Well guys, let me talk about this. First of all, it is crazy to believe that you can feel chemistry to the picture. This is just a photo after all, and we all know that some people photograph really well, other people don't photograph well, and a lot depends on our mood, even of the season of the year. Look at your photos in your iPhone. Do you look the same at all pictures? Do you like all your photos? Also, pretty often, if the photo is professional, it is not the personality of the lady that is channeled through this picture. It is the way the photographer and sometimes the stylist have seen her at that exact day, at that exact moment. So you can't tell but that perfect picture that this is her personality or really her type. It is insane to believe that you can find this perfect photo. I always tell my client that when you choose this route to be looking for a perfect photo or to expect chemistry after you see the picture, this is the road to nowhere. This is a dead end, because after all, even if you have managed to find the perfect picture, you will face a disappointment when you will meet in person, in real life. Why? Because when you will meet her in person, even if she would be the most beautiful girl, she would be a human being. And all human beings have faults. We are all humans after all. So in real life, she can be wearing other makeup, she can style her hair differently, she can wear other clothes, and bumps, just like that, she doesn't look like that perfect picture anymore. And deep in your heart and your mind, you will feel deceived. Why? Because her curls are not that curly as her photo. And maybe the lighting in the restaurant would be different and not as the lighting in the professional photo studio. She will still look different. So if from the very beginning the client starts looking for the perfect photo, he will face a disappointment. When the male client put at the priority the search of the perfect photo, he puts a matchmaker into the position where the matchmaker has to look for the perfect picture and not for the right match. And this is the way to disappointment. And I always tell my clients that there is no such thing as the perfect photo. You are looking for a person to date. You're not looking for a model to book for the photo shoot. I will tell you a story. We had a client several years ago, and during our interview he told me that he wants to date only a girl who is a natural blonde with beautiful green eyes. When I have asked him why natural blonde and green eyes only, he told me that this is the only type of the lady he felt attracted to. By the way, his ex-girlfriend was a beautiful Chinese lady. Obviously, she didn't have green eyes and blonde hair. So anyway, he was so stubborn by photos because even though we have managed to recruit many ladies who are natural blondes, he has declined 25 candidates because your eyes were not the perfect shade of green, or her natural blonde hair was not naturally blonde enough. So anyway, after a long and exhausting search, and after myself and our psychologist has tried to convince him that this shouldn't be the priorities of his search, he has approved 5 matches, 5 ladies whom he has actually met. And you know what happened? Those ladies with perfectly blonde natural hair, with perfectly green eyes, the shade that he wanted to have, they went out with him, and none of them has found him attractive enough to go out on a date with him number 2. So he has met 5 girls with green eyes, natural blonde hair, and it turned out that he is not the type of a guy whom ladies with green eyes and blonde hair find attractive. So it was a disappointment. But like always, I have plan B for all my clients. So I have told him that there is a girl I would like him to meet. And she has great eyes and fair hair, natural. They went out and they both work in the same field. It was a nice dinner date and she liked his jokes. They ended up going on 5 dates. After the date number 5, he told me that, oh, I'm not going to pursue dating her because her eyes are not green enough and her hair is not blonde. And you know what? 6 months after that, he calls me and he asked me whether she is still available, she's still single. Well, unfortunately for him and fortunately for her, she was dating for several weeks already our other client. And by the way, now they're happily engaged. This gentleman who fancied so much this green eyes look and natural blonde hair, he is still single. And the story I'm sharing with you happened 4 years ago. The second nightmare of the professional matchmaker is the situation when the client doesn't listen to your tips and advices, when he doesn't take them at all. We all know that dating can be a frustrating process. It can remind you of the game when you are playing it and rules are changing every 2 minutes and you don't know them at all. If you consider international dating, you should add their differences in culture, in traditions. So that's a lot to handle. And I always tell my male client, when we take a male client, we are on his side, the entire Diolli.com team, all the cupids. All you have to do, just let us help you and accept our help, accept our advices. But sometimes clients don't want to listen to it. I don't know why. I had this gentleman several years ago and he saw that it is appropriate to call his mother during the date. So usually on a date number 1 or number 2 with the girl, he has opened his phone and started calling his mother in Skype to introduce her to his date. Well, do I have to tell you that he didn't get any more dates? All ladies have found it extremely awkward. I have told him that you shouldn't do that on the date number 1 or 2. It is really strange to call your mom. Like, you are 29 years old, why are you doing that? This is freaking out your dates. And he told me that yes, I understand you, I won't do that. And we introduce him to another girl and you know what he does? He calls his mom again. Or another story. I had this gentleman and 4 years before he became my client, he had a very painful divorce. And he loved talking about that, even though it has been 4 years and I could tell that he has partly healed. So I have told him that you shouldn't speak about your divorce and that process during the first dates with the ladies. It is not the right time and place. Be present today and now during the date. Enjoy the moment. Open up to the lady in front of you, show your best sides, get to know her. Enjoy the process. Don't dig down into the past. But who listens to his matchmaker? Later, when I have asked him why did you do that, he would tell me that, oh, I have tried to be honest with the ladies. You know what he did? Not only I have heard it from all his dates that he has called his ex-wife greedy bitch or deceiving whore. That was like way too honest. Do you blame the ladies that they didn't want to return back his calls and go out with him again? The third nightmare of the matchmaker: lies. I don't know why some clients decide to lie to the matchmaker, to hide the truth, because let's put it this way, when you go to see the doctor, you don't lie to the doctor that, for example, you feel pain in your heart if you have hurt your finger, just because you assume that it is not too cool to come to the doctor when your finger hurts and not the heart. Why not to tell the truth? Of course, sometimes the client doesn't know the truth himself, because matchmaking is a process, and during it Pretty often we learn a lot about ourselves, and I always tell my clients that you will find out many new information, lots of new information, many new facts about yourself. For example, we had this gentleman, and when I have started working with him, he told me that he would like to date this so-called gym bunny, because he saw that this is a type that is popular, this is the right type, because all his friends like that. And when we have started working with him, it turned out that he feels attracted to the ladies who are on the curvier side. And he ended up marrying a beautiful curvy doctor, and by the way, he is a doctor himself. But sometimes clients lie about not such innocent things. For example, we had this gentleman, and he has lied to us about his height. So he comes to the date, and his date, the lady, she has assumed that she is meeting a very tall gentleman. So she has put on like highest heels to make her long legs look even longer to impress him. And you know what happened? He has barely reached her shoulder, and they both felt like super awkward. She even has thought about taking off his shoes, and that has put him even in the worst position because she took them off and she was still towering over him. So it was not an innocent lie. Another situation, we had this client, and he has lied that he is a not religious person. I don't know why. We have so many ladies in our base who are religious, and they really want to date a religious man, so they would have such a great time together. But he has lied about the fact that religion is a huge part of his life, that he goes to church every week, and he has scared and freaked out so many not religious ladies when he was started quoting Bible like every 15 minutes during the date. So don't lie to your matchmaker, listen to your matchmaker. Please listen and act based on those advices, and you will achieve those results that you want. Because after all, at Diolli.com, and I hope at all professional matchmaking service, a matchmaker and his or her team are on the side of the client. I wish you only strong mutual love, and I hope that you won't become the hero of a funny dating story. With love, Svetlana Mukha from Diolli.com.